Welcome back, everybody, to NGS Headline.
Headline time.
Hello, everyone. It's 9 p.m. So let's get started with NGS Headline. I'm the host of this show, Hiro Arai, the official NGS navigator, here to bring you the latest info on NGS. Now that you've had a bit of time with the new Slayer class, how did you like it? If you haven't tried it yet, I encourage you to give it a test drive. The Gunblade's rapid combo attacks are really satisfying to use. The NGS second anniversary event is currently underway, with the second round of events starting tomorrow. We've got a variety of projects and campaigns for you, so be sure to join us. Once again, this program is to inform players about the present and future of Sega's online RPG, PSO2 New Genesis, or NGS for short, with info on current operations, future updates, campaigns, and more. This is a pre-recorded broadcast. If you would like to watch it in Japanese, you can check it out.
Oh shit,
on the
he's growing out his
Japanese
hair.
NGS
Probably
YouTube
for us
channel.
to be a Slayer, right?
It's got a mullet or something going on there.
Without
Business
further
up front,
ado,
party in the back.
let's move on to the updates you've all been waiting for. NGS Hot Information. First off, I'd like to share some info on the May updates. Let's start with a video.
Good old cosmetics. Talk whale to me, baby. Rapid design contest. Thank God, 24 player events.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Do that there boss rush. It looks like it's just a boss rush. We should have a little runway when they do this part, right?
Right, you see all of them strut out. Do a little arc pose.
Look at that, it's like a superhero dash.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nobody likes going into the Geolab solo. Why torture us that way?
Because some people like to punish themselves.
Yeah, legend has it that people have gone in and have never come back.
Very tragic story.
Drone riding.
And while you're riding, it blows up underneath you.
Nice. Nice. Cool.
What did you think? Let me walk you through the updates with some slides. Let's start with this. We've also got 2 Revival AC scratch tickets dropping on May 1st. Popular past motion changes, hairstyles, and more are making a comeback in Reminiscence Collection May 2023. Scratch count bonuses include the return of Brash's Anima ears, ear covering extension, and more. Dress up your weapon with one of the PSO2 spec weapon camo re-releases in Weapon Camo Collection May 2023. Scratch count bonuses will give you another shot to pick up Weapon Stealthing and Ophistia Lightblade. The scratch count bonuses for both scratch tickets include a Mastery 4S Augment capsule, so be sure to check them out. The second half of the NGS second anniversary event starts on May 10th. At Xiemi's seasonal points exchange shop, you'll be able to exchange for extra dual quest boost augment capsules, and a wider variety will be available. Plus, you'll be able to trade in more NGS second SP scratch tickets. In addition, Tai-Tai's Speku Rappy, the grand award winner of the Rappy Design Contest, will appear in-game to commemorate the second anniversary of NGS. They have a unique appeal, so see if you can track some down. ARC's records will also be held during the period. This time, it will be for Stia's 3 Trainia, Rank 2 solo for all classes. Put your skills to the test. And we've got the limited time quest, a Wasteland Interception, available for 1 week only. This 24-player quest features back-to-back battles with the urgent quest boss enemies Dustelvera and Renisvera. They've been upgraded to Megalotics, so watch out for their hard-hitting attacks. Completing the quest will net you seasonal points, augment capsules designed to give you a boost in dual quests, and required items to unlock potential level 6. The 8-star rarity Revita weapon series will also drop, so log in with 23 of your closest friends and stomp these boss enemies together. Plus, we'll have a limited time title to coincide with this limited time quest. By completing the quest, you can earn Star Gems and the title Fresh Grass. We're also adding special daily tasks, weekly tasks, and limited time tasks with NGS Second SP scratch tickets as rewards. In the limited time task, Earn Seasonal Points, you can earn the recently introduced Minerals Photon Chunk 2A and 2B as rewards. Now is your chance to score some sweet loot. So get yourself an ice cream and get busy grabbing those seasonal points. Next up, the new AC Scratch Ticket, Designer Dreams, May 2023. This ticket includes the first group of items from the winning entries to the PSO2 10th Anniversary Item Design
I don't really
Contest.
care about the items, but yeah, I think the limited quest is good. It's going to kind of force you to divide your time between
Scratch
just
count
general
bonuses
seasonal
feature
farming
alternate versions
and
of the slide dash motion changes.
doing the limited
included
quests.
in the
It's
Scratch
still
Ticket
cool though, you
prizes.
know?
So dash over and grab them before
At least they gave a
slide
reasonable
away.
way to be able to get some of that stuff as opposed to having to
Although it
worry
wasn't
about
in the video,
waiting for the freaking
celebrate
urgent
the
quest to
second
pop up.
anniversary of NGS.
And that being your own
We're
reliability
showing
on
our
it.
thanks with the Revival AC Scratch Ticket, second anniversary thankful, coming May 10th. It's full of popular PSO2 spec accessories, hairstyles, and emotes. In addition, the ticket-only version of second anniversary thankful, which can only be drawn from tickets obtained during the Scratch Ticket release period, will be available at the same time. The prize lineup is identical to that of the second anniversary thankful, excluding the scratch count bonus. Items available from this scratch ticket, including those in the ticket version, are eligible for AC recycle in NGS blocks. Starting May 17th, new items will be added to the SG Scratch Ticket Refined Form May 2023. The ARC's Blazer, the top-ranked item in the survey regarding item remakes, will be available in NGS specs. The hot prizes include avatar items related to the Type 2 ARC's Blazer, for which the win rate will be doubled. The scratch count bonus will also feature a motion change motion idle wiping away sweat, so keep an eye out for that too. Among the items that are being added, items related to the survey regarding item remakes will no longer be available after the next update, so be sure not to miss out. The Mission Pass NGS Season 20 offers 2 accessories based on units released in PSO2, an effect color variation of the Motion Change Motion Glide Defensive, as well as the new mag form D Alwing. Also, it's not on the slide, but ARC's records for the Geometric Labyrinth will start on the same day, May 17th. It will be available for Rank 2 Solo for all classes. All you have to do to participate is partake in the eligible content during the period. So join on in and grab your rewards. On May 24th, the NGS second anniversary event will start to wind down. First, although not introduced in the video or the slides, Shiemi's Seasonal Points Exchange Shop will be getting a final update, where she'll be stocking special accessories and a color variation of the Motion Change Motion Glide Airboard B. In addition, the number of exchangeable NGS second SP scratch tickets and augment capsules effective for dual quests will be added. We also have a limited time quest, Dazzling Chaos Suppression Op 2023. This is a renewed version of the quest of the same name that was available for a limited time in the past. Last time, only Elio and Retum enemies joined the fight, but this time, Kavaris and Stia enemies will be coming as backup, making the quest even more lively. As before, Rappies will be joining the quest to cheer for you along the way. Stellar packs will fall after the boss enemy is defeated, and Resplendent Necks awaits you at the end of the quest. What's more, this time, Quartz Skoden, which is usually encountered only in Newsome Plant, is guaranteed to make an appearance. At the end of the quest, as in the previous one, Captain may also grace us with their presence. so keep playing for a chance to meet them. You'll also get seasonal points when you complete the quest, as well as star gems and the limited time title Lush Spring. You'll be able to snap up items required to unlock potential level 6 and the 8-star rarity Revita weapon series. Furthermore, augment capsules that are effective in dual quests are more likely to drop. During this period, special daily and limited time tasks will also be available, so you'll have a chance to get even more NGS second SP scratch tickets. Play every day so you don't miss out on those scratch tickets. Finally, we are pleased to introduce the new AC scratch ticket, Soul of the Wild. Go wild with animal-like outfits, sporty street-style swimsuits, and the adorable posing emote, I'm a cat. The scratch count bonus will include an alternate version of the riding a drone motion changes included in the scratch ticket prizes, so keep an eye out for those as well. That's all for the May update info. Next up, today we have more news on the NGS Ultra Evolution update, scheduled to release in June, focusing mainly on the creative space. And I would like to share this information with all of you through a video message from Mr. Kimura, the series producer of this game. Please enjoy.
That's new.
Hello everyone. My name is Yuya Kimura from Sega. I am the series producer for Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. I would like to thank all the ARC's operatives for playing NGS. Thanks to all of you, NGS will soon celebrate its second anniversary. When NGS first launched, the game had a significant number of bugs due to the transition from PSO2 and suffered from a distinct lack of content, both of which were a source of concern and inconvenience to everyone involved. In particular, it took a long time to resolve the lack of content. This April, we were finally able to complete the release of the 4 regions, their related stories, and the 18 weapon categories from PSO2 that had been planned since the launch of NGS. To be perfectly frank, we started NGS with the assumption that we would be able to deliver regions, weapons, and classes to you at a faster pace. However, once we started, we found that we had more difficulty than expected in operating a system that coexists with PSO2, a setup rarely seen in other online games. We also had unforeseen delays in the development of open fields and high-end graphics, where we suffered from a lack of experience. And while we course-corrected as needed based on users' reactions to daily updates and operations, we continue to develop the content that was originally planned. It has been 2 years of constant trial and error. Although this situation came about by being overly optimistic, we hope players understand that we have been working diligently for the past 2 years to improve NGS and to make it more enjoyable to play. Regarding how NGS is managed, Hiro Arai and the rest of the PR and management staff are in charge of relaying new information to players, while the developers, myself included, focus on game development and keeping up to speed on the reactions and opinions of players. There will be no big changes in our strategy going forward, but I wanted to take this opportunity to speak to everyone because, as I mentioned, we have now completed the release of the main content of NGS planned since its inception, and with the game's second anniversary approaching, I wanted to express my gratitude to everyone again. I would also like to take this opportunity to share with you directly an overview of the new NGS with a focus on the creative space, which is scheduled to release in June under the tentative title of Ultra Evolution Update. This has gotten a bit long, so without further ado, let's move on to a video.
These can be placed anywhere in the cities and on the field. In the creative space, they mean, though, right? Like, not like just anywhere in the world, do they? What the hell would be the point? Cell shading is an interesting thing. They're definitely trying to compete and keep up with the times with that shit.
I think it's always good to try new things.
Oh yeah, I know what they're trying here. There's a lot of cell shaded games in this genre. Interesting. Is that gonna work on consoles or depend on the console? Guess we'll find out, huh? New enemy type just randomly? Version 2.
What did you think? In June, NGS will step into a new future with the Ultra Evolution Update, aka PSO2 New Genesis version 2. In addition to the creative space functions that have already been introduced, the new Connect system will be available to the public for the first time. With this system, users can create a variety of ways to play and express themselves, with the only limitation being their own creativity. We are very much looking forward to seeing what kind of original worlds our users will create. In addition, the portable hologram will be added as a new means of communication in the PSO2 series on top of our signature communication methods, such as emotes, cut-ins, and symbol art. Unlike the building materials and furniture in the creative space, these can be placed anywhere in the game, albeit temporarily, and will allow you to enjoy unprecedented communication and in-game screenshots. Also, a cell shading feature will be added, introducing a new level to our ultimate character creation. Unlike most games with cell shading, this is a pseudo function that is applied only to the characters, and it can be toggled on and off at any time in the options. We hope that you will enjoy NGS with a slightly different atmosphere to match your preferences. In addition, a new type of enemy emerges as a threat, and battles become even more intense. Although not introduced in the promotional video this time, a new story that continues from the recently released Chapter 5 is scheduled to be developed, as well as crossover quests with other works that we have never collaborated with before. We are also planning to deliver the PSO2 11th anniversary event in July, and a new type of quest content in August. So I hope you're looking forward to NGS version 2. Currently, the second anniversary event is underway, so there is a lot in the works on that front as well. We hope to see a great many of you logging into the game to celebrate the second anniversary, enjoy the events, and get excited about version 2 with other users. In addition, as a little gift from the development team to commemorate the second anniversary, a short making-of video will be released every week for 6 consecutive weeks, starting on April 26th, to give you a little glimpse behind the scenes of NGS development. Once again, thank you so much for always loving and enjoying playing NGS. Everyone on the development and management team will continue to work together to meet your expectations and keep moving NGS forward as a service. We hope you will continue to stick with us. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope to see you all again sometime soon. Thank you, Mr. Kimura, our series producer. We all hope you look forward to PSO2 New Genesis version 2, coming in June. We'll have even more details in the next broadcast, so please look forward to it. That's it for the update information I have for today. Moving on to the next segment. NGS Operation Report. For this segment, the NGS Operation Report, I, Hiro Arai, select questions and comments from players to bring to the development and live operations teams and bring you their answers. Here is the first one. The item catalog page that used to be on the official site was useful, and I would like to see it brought back. Here is our team's response. Since we stopped publishing the item catalog, we have continually received requests to bring it back. In response, we are planning to reopen the item catalog page in a simplified form, although it will not be exactly the same as before. We plan to focus on newly released AC scratch tickets and publish a page with key information, such as thumbnail images of the prizes and item names, before the scratch tickets are released. That was their answer. We have received many requests around this issue. It will be reopened, albeit as a simplified version. So please hang in there for just a little while longer. Let's move on to the next question. For characters with larger physiques, the waist area of outfits bulges more than necessary, and it looks bad. Could you please improve this? Here is our team's response. In response to your request, we are planning to add a function that will allow for some adjustment of how clothing spreads over the waist area. Please note that this will be limited to NGS blocks. Thank you for your patience until this can be implemented. That was their answer. With the way the system works, it can be difficult to get clothes to fit snug and tight. However, to the extent possible, this should help reduce bulging. Let's move on to the next question. Could you please allow me to apply depth of field so that I can have more fun taking screenshots? Here is our team's response. In response to this request, we are planning to add a function to enable depth of field outside of event scenes as well. Thank you for your patience in the meantime. That was their answer. This is another request we have received for a while now. I look forward to seeing it in the game. Let's move on to the next question. Due to the large area over which enemies spawn during PSE bursts in some combat sectors, you have to move all over to defeat each enemy. Do you have any plans to address this?
I thought that's why it was a
Here's our
PSO
team's
burst.
response. Since the spawn area of enemies during PSE bursts differs in each sector according to the terrain, we plan on reviewing the enemy spawn area in the future. That was their answer. Let's move on to the next question. How will I get building materials and furniture for my creative space?
Dun, dun, dun.
Here's our team's response. Many build parts, the main building materials, will be able to be purchased using new in-game points called Genesis points. You can earn Genesis points through gameplay, primarily by completing tasks related to the creative space. In addition, when parts of furnishings from PSO2 are released with NGS specs, in many cases they will be sold directly in the SG shop. Other than that, we plan to release other parts that can be obtained through the login bonus, SP scratch tickets, SG scratch tickets, and so on, although the percentages for these parts will be low. Furthermore, some special parts and collab-related parts will be made available via the AC shop and AC scratch tickets. For these only, we plan to make pre-registration tickets that can be put up for sale in the personal shop. That was their answer. That's all for our Q&A today.
Wow.
Moving forward, I will continue to select and bring your questions
get
and
scratch
feedback
tickets
to the
every day.
development and operations teams and share their answers with you. Please also let us know your thoughts about this show and the game with the hashtag NGS Headline on Twitter and other platforms. Moving on to the next segment.
NGS Satellite Information.
Now let's move on from updates and talk about some other NGS-related info. I'm sure it will get you even more excited about the game. Let's get started. Starting May 10th, we'll be holding Part 2 of our NGS second anniversary campaign. Continuing the theme set in Part 1, special daily tasks will be available for you to collect Star Gems, and you can get up to 2 exclusive tickets every day to use on the second anniversary Thankful Scratch ticket. You can get one of these exclusive tickets by logging in with a character that is at or above a specific battle power. You can get the other ticket by completing all the daily tasks for that day. You can earn up to 54 tickets during the period, so don't forget to hop on and earn them each day. The third campaign, starting May 24th, will feature a limited time login bonus. With this bonus, you can earn luxurious items such as an N color change pass and both Photon Chunk 2A and 2B. Next, we would like to introduce the NGS character election, scheduled to start May 10th. To celebrate the release of Chapter 5 of the main story, an election will be held for the characters that appear in NGS. Please cast your vote for your favorite character out of those who have fought alongside you or supported you during the main and side stories. The character with the most votes will later be used as our motif for an in-game item. When voting begins, we'll announce it on the official site and Twitter account, so don't miss out. That's all for this episode of NGS Headline.
Get your Crawford
Please
votes
share your
in,
thoughts and
ladies.
feedback on this program and the game using the hashtag NGS Headline. Together, we can make NGS an even more fantastic game. As a representative of the users, I will continue to work with the development team to make NGS a more enjoyable game for everyone. And I look forward to your continued support. The next episode of NGS Headline will be on Tuesday, May 30th. We'll have oodles of info to share with you about NGS version 2 coming in June. Finally, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Now then, ARCs, I'll see you at the next NGS Headline.
Thanks for watching here on Tuesday night. I'll see you on next NGS Headline. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I mean, good headline, you know?
Yes, plenty of stuff that are coming out, and they have it all spread out, so that's good.
It was nice.
They already have like there's so much content already. Like they finally got over that issue. That as long as they just stay the course, I see no reason why it won't work out. So yeah. And the content that's there does look really good. What I'm hoping for with the creative space though is that they're gonna do stuff with it too, not just like hope that the community makes cool stuff. They showed cool stuff in the creative space, like examples of things you could do, like puzzles and cooperative things. But I hope that that's also something that they have a few people on the inside that they're planning on throwing out there, because you don't want it to be like Little Big Planet where like there's all kinds of rubbish bullshit out there. You know, like like Little Big Planet, you would come across interesting stuff, but every now and then it would just leave you, it would just leave a terrible imprint in your mind. You know, I remember playing levels of Little Big Planet that would haunt me for weeks. It was like, what was going through their head?
You should see
I
what
think
they
there
have
are a
in-
lot of those in Little Big Planet, though. There were some unique individuals out there.
So, you know, I don't mind trying some of the community-based stuff and partaking in that, but I'd like to think that they also have plans to use that as their own area. Ideally, right? But overall, yeah, everything looked really good. I'm glad that and they explained what happened. They just said, we thought that we could do it, but we couldn't as far as the timing of stuff. This was a lot harder than we thought. What they basically said, right?
This shit ain't easy.
I mean, basically.
I said, look, we're still working, but this was a lot harder. We didn't realize how hard this was going to be. I got scared there for a minute because in the beginning they were like, you know, what made this challenging was trying to build this and incorporate it with base PSO2. So I thought they were going to be like, so going forward, there is no base PSO2 as we go. That's the Ultra Evolution update. We're going to focus completely on this and turn that off. I got a little worried there when I started to talk. I was just like, oh shit, this is the end of base. But no, thankfully it isn't.
At least that's something nice about them that you could say. They always have the tendency to at least explain themselves. Even if it's not when you want the explanation, they eventually tell you, hey, this is what's up, sorry for that, here's more stuff to go do. Have fun.
He be sitting there, look, guys, shit is going down, okay?
Look at Hero's hair. He hasn't even had a haircut in a while, okay? We've been working.
Hard is to keep this beautiful man maintained. Look, it's going down.
So his portfolio picture. You know what he looks like usually.
Yeah, they were really good about that. But yeah, I have no complaints. It's been about a good couple of months since I felt the game's been fine.
But what about all the people who said it's dying?
You're just dead inside.
That's hilarious.
At that point, you're just a dead person inside if you think everything's dying.
That's the thing. We have a culture where everything's dying. Everything is dying. Everything and everyone.
See, it's either everything's dying or they want something, and when you give it to them, they get mad because you gave it to them.
Pretty much. I think that they're finally in a comfortable space with Phantasy Star in regards to bringing updates and creative content on a consistent level that satisfies everyone. And I also think, to be honest, for a lot of people, this is a good jumping off point. And I don't mean that rudely, but if you've made it this far and they still haven't given you what you feel you want, you at least now have it. I didn't want to be that mean about it.
I'm not as nice about it. It's just at this point, what are you complaining about?
You at least have a template or a general idea of what this is. You know what I mean? No one's asking for anything different. I think at this point the community wants just more of what we're getting. So I mean, if you're in the community or if you're a gamer that's playing this and it still hasn't been the kind of game you want, this is probably a good jumping off point, because I got the impression from that they're basically saying, look, we finally made the game that we sought out to make all along. This is the vision that we had of it, and now we're going to continue to build upon it. Sorry it took so long, but it was harder than we thought. So if this is the game that they meant to play and this is the way that it was, then, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. If this doesn't scratch the itch for you, then it's probably a good jumping off point, because I anticipate in the next year they're going to do more of this. They're not going to do something different. It's not going to be something different. They're going to continue to build and improve upon what's here, which is the foundation, this. So if you don't like it at this point, it's probably not for you. I'm pretty satisfied though. I think that as long as they build and continue to do what they do, if they do more regions and more areas with what they have now, I'm fine with the formula.
I definitely agree.
And if you don't like it, bye.
It's not going to become The Witcher one day, or Skyrim, or ESO, or The Legend of Zelda, or FF14. They're not going to suddenly just change the gameplay mechanics and elements. They're not going to completely switch this. This is the formula. It works well. The problem was never the formula. The problem was the lack of content, and that was because they bit off more than they could chew as far as duration of time. Now that that's solved, you know what kind of game it is. You're not going to go into a Street Fighter tournament hoping that there's shotguns and that it's a first-person shooter. Why doesn't this have dungeon crawling and where are all the shops? You kind of already know this is a fighting game. And in this game, these are the expected things that you're going to see during the session. That's sort of how you have to look at Phantasy Star. This is what the game is. And now they're just going to continue to build on that. So they're in a good spot. Very well done. I think that's the reason why the developer came out. He was updating you, but he was also, there to get his flowers in a way, because he kind of deserves it. He didn't come out in any other of the headlines but this one, because this is it. This is the completed thing. This is the icing on the cake, the cherry on top.
Yeah, he didn't come out every week like Tony Khan and make an announcement. He came out once when it meant it. He was like, look, y'all got the chapter 5. Everything was good. We're sorry about everything. We've been trying to do better, and from now on we can keep it rolling. Yeah,
Sega's doing wrestling promoting better than wrestling's doing wrestling promoting, because that's why you don't have your top guy come out every single week with a big announcement. You know, it was more important that that he comes out when it matters. This is probably one of the most schizophrenic communities you've seen. Well, you know what? Not for nothing, but for a long time, it was one of the most schizophrenic games being developed. You know, they just managed to get a fix on that. So, I mean, the community was a product of the development that it was going through. It had its highs and it had its lows. And I think that the community was just a reflection of that. But it's also one of the most loyal communities when you really think about it. Because there's a lot, like, not many communities would have stuck it for that. Which is good.
It is, but Fantasy Star has always been a certain type of community that's always been around in there.
Most games, you give it a week or two, and then you take it out to the barn and you shoot it in the back of the fucking head. You know what I mean? The fact that they
Tend to the rabbits, motherfucker.
The fact that they even have a community that could stick around to complain and then be happy based on the content is a miracle in itself. It's an anomaly of business and life and nature and reality, really. So, much credit to them, you know, as far as both to the community and to the team out there.
Yeah, the community telling them what they want and what they need, and, you know, the devs for doing what they needed to do to fix it and get it to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Can't have one without the other.
Well said.